Are you looking to transition from a W-2 employee to starting your own cybersecurity business? If so, I want you to stay tuned and tap into this video. Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome back to another episode of Dr. Cyber. Today, I want to talk about something that is very, very dear to my heart. And this is specifically to my seasoned pros and my risk takers who are out there looking to level up from being a W-2 cybersecurity employee to becoming their own business owner or their own boss, right? Which is essentially starting their own cybersecurity company. So this video is especially for those who have been thinking about this, but maybe not taking that first leap of faith or that first step of going on and venturing on your own and turning your cybersecurity career into something scalable, which is what we'll be talking about today. Now, just to throw out a quick disclaimer, this is a blueprint, not a one-shoe-fits-all approach. Everyone's path is different. And depending on your situation, parts of this might need to be adjusted. But the general game plan, it definitely works. Trust me. See, when you're first breaking into the cybersecurity space, the main goal should be about gaining ground, gaining leverage, gaining credibility, right? Really just building up your brand as much as possible. It's about soaking up everything you can knowledge wise, right? We're talking about cybersecurity tools, we're talking about environments, we're talking about frameworks. If you're still trying to land your first role, I advise you to pretty much go check out one of my earlier videos. This one, is going to be more geared to the seasoned pros, but my earlier videos talks about helping you transition into the cybersecurity space, leveraging your transferable skills to help you get started in this field. And then I want you to come back to this video and watch this, right? But once you land that first job, you'll most likely start off as a W-2 employee, right? And honestly, that's a great starting point. W-2 roles often come with great benefits. We're talking about healthcare, 401k options, paid time off, you name it. I've been a W-2 employee in the past. Before I was a 1099 C2C. It has great benefits. And during this time, I strongly encourage you to take full advantage of the perks. Max out your 401k if you can. Ask a ton of questions. Take on projects. Shadow others. This is your learning phase. And the goal is to become undeniable when you're on the market. So when recruiters are reaching out to you, you want your brand to pretty much speak for itself. And it starts as a W-2 employee, building up that credibility and making sure that you're good to go within the market. Phase number two is as you start and you grow, you start to master your skills, you'll eventually find your niche area, whether it's cloud security, GRC, incident response, or something else. At this time, opportunities will start opening up more naturally because you've already got that credibility. Recruiters will reach out seamlessly, right? You start seeing better offers, and the interview process becomes a bit more of a two-way street, right? So it becomes more mutual at this point in time. But here's where the strategy starts. When companies ask you about your desired salary, that's your opening. If you're ready to take that leap into contracting, you can start by expressing 1099 or corp to corp, which we'll kind of go into the details a little bit later. And I'll leave a link in the description to really break down what 1099 is opposed to corp to corp. Now, most companies up front won't bring that up unless you do. But if they really, really want you and see your value, they'll definitely accommodate it when you actually bring it up to them. So once you got that offer on the table, you can begin to negotiate certain things, right? So this is one of my favorite parts, negotiating the money. Once you got them locked in. They want you. They don't want to move on to anybody else. It's going to be time. It's going to be money to move on to anybody else. This is where you can actually pitch. So this is important, right? Don't just jump into negotiation way too early. Let them court you. Let them know that, hey, I want you, right? Prove your worth. And once the offer is made, then you explain that you rather move forward with a 1099 option or a C2C, which is a corp to corp agreement. So this positions you as a contractor rather than the full-time employee, as we talked about earlier. And it opens up the door to running things through your business gaining that past performance, building up your business credibility, getting that business line of credit, getting that business credit card, showing that you do have profit within your organization, right? So let's quickly break this down and really get into the difference between the three and what they really bring to the table. So a W-2 employee is on payroll, taxes are withheld, benefits are included, and it's a more structured role. A 1099 is very similar to a C2C or corp to corp on the other hand, and it gets paid directly and handles their own taxes and benefits. So you'll be managing your own taxes and benefits through your organization or through yourself as an independent contractor. Corp to corp is similar to 1099 as I mentioned earlier, but the only difference is it's strictly for your LLC, your S corp, or your business as a whole, right? So you get your entity gets paid directly, strictly just like that. This gives you the power to work on multiple projects at once, as long as you have no conflicts of interest or no conflicts in terms of time. It also allows your company to show income, build a reputation, and start tracking that past performance, all of which are keys to landing your own contracts down the line. So this is going to lead to more contracts down the line. This is going to lead to more business opportunities down the line, excuse me, as you pursue them by actually navigating and transitioning into a more contractor LLC role. So this strategy doesn't just apply to cybersecurity, as I mentioned earlier. It works in IT project management, software engineering, and any really other corporate arena. Now, of course, there are trade-offs in terms of 1099 and C2C, right? If we talk about stability being a concern, you have to be more disciplined with your finances, your taxes, your benefits, etc. But again, with great risk comes great reward, and this is going to help you transition into that space to be more profitable and have more earnings, but you need to manage your taxes, your money. You need to be responsible in those areas if this is something that you're looking to pursue, right? And going back to the W 2 position, there's a lot of legality involved in that. If you're working in W 2 positions, I know of people in the past that have worked multiple W 2 positions and ran into legality issues because there may be conflict of interest. There might be a non compete. There might be a non disclosure agreement. Not saying that those terms don't exist in 1099, but from a legality standpoint, you're your own entity, so you can do business to who you want to do business with. Now, let's just say the company may say, "Hey, I don't want you to work with X, Y, and Z company," and offer you to sign a non-compete or non-disclosure agreement. That's up to you whether you actually want to agree with that. But in most cases, it is going to be a lot more flexible in terms of compensation wise. You can work on multiple projects, and there will be no conflict of interest from a legality standpoint in terms of working C2C or 1099. And again, this is for the people who are seasoned, looking to take that next step and have more earnings. And when we talk about earnings, let's talk about three or four or five different positions working at the same time, right? Now, you may come across an organization that says, "Hey, I want to fill in three or four seats." Profit wise, what does that look like for you, right? And as a 1099 or C2C contractor, you want to make sure that you're always managing your time. Your clients are going to be the ones who are paying you. Your customers are going to be the one who are actually paying you. So it's up to you to make sure that your work is organized and it's manageable and you are doing the right thing as an entity at the same time. So again, this is for my people who are looking to actually scale and get a bit aggressive and really just looking to compete and get higher earnings. Now, this is not saying that W-2 employees don't make a great living and great money. I know plenty of them that do, and plenty of them actually retired. Plenty of them are still in there, traveling the world, really just taking on a lot of responsibilities and just comfortable where they're at. This is for the people who are looking to take that next step and transition into a cybersecurity business, right? And this is just one of the many ways of how you can transition into that space. So I appreciate you guys for tapping in with me. Send this to somebody who may need it. I hope this blessed you guys. As always, click the link in my bio. You'll gain access to my school community, which is every Monday or Wednesday. We'll talk about cybersecurity careers, resume writing, branding, negotiation, interview preparation, you name it, right? And if you're new here, obviously hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really helps out the algorithm a lot. And I really appreciate you guys for tapping in. Send this to somebody who may need it. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.